Hello, AfterBuzzers. Tonight we are discussing Season 24, Episode 1 of Dancing with the Stars, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers? All right. So while you continue singing and dancing over there, welcome to the 400th episode of Dancing with the Stars. Great season premiere tonight, season 24, episode 1. So let's dive in. Tonight I am joined by my fabulous fellow co-host, and it is her first show here at AfterBuzz. Ta-da!
I couldn't be more
Introduce
excited.
yourself.
I know. Sorry, I'm interrupting you already.
No!
I'm Tara Turnure, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Tara Turnure. And what a show it was.
Well, first I have to brag on you. So Tara's done a great many things, so I'm very honored to be hosting with you.
You're
and
so
I
sweet.
actually met Tara at my first meeting at AfterBuzz. So like I'm very happy that we actually get to host together.
I know.
But you hosted for, you did sideline hosting for
Fox
what?
Sports.
Hey, fellow sports fans.
Yeah.
She can talk dance, she can talk sports, you know, she does it all.
Oh, you're so sweet. But okay, I have to like just mention a little bit about the beginning and the way that the show kicked off with like the little ode to La La Land. I love that.
And okay, don't hate me, guys, but I still haven't seen La La Land.
I can't even believe that, you guys.
I've been so bad. It's because I'm always here.
I know. They need to let you go every once in a while so you can go see a movie.
But I do plan on going. I plan on going this weekend. So, but yeah, you picked up on that, and that's
I thought that just was super fun and a little bit different of a start to the show. I don't think they've ever done that before, and I just thought it really started off with the bang and made the energy just like start on a high, and it was awesome. I was dancing in my seat watching it.
Yeah, overall, I'm very excited about this season. I feel like I always get so anxious for it to finally start, and so now that, you know, it is here. So the first up we had from Fifth Harmony, Normani,
Normani,
thank you.
It's a little tricky.
And her partner, Val, she's only 20 years old.
which is crazy.
Yeah, and they did the quick step. So just a little, I'm gonna give a little like dance background. I have a little bit of dance background myself, so I'll probably kind of educate you guys on the dance side of things, and I know you're like really into the pop culture of it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but before we get there, let me, I have a little surprise for us. I got us our own scoreboards.
Yes, so this is amazing. Love it. You're so awesome.
Oh, but you're not supposed to show them the...
Sorry.
No, okay.
But okay, I saw Dr. Seuss
The cat's
was
out
like,
of the bag now, get it?
I cannot show this to my 18-month-old because I will never get it back.
I know. Yeah, also, how hot is Tara? She's like, looks like this and has an 18-month-year-old.
So
you
nice.
wanted,
I wanted red. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Red's Tara's favorite color.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Actually, pink is, but red will do.
Yeah, it's a shade. So I thought we would have our own little... Because I know at home when we watch it, we're always like, oh, I totally would have given them this, or I would have given them this score.
Right.
So don't take our advice too personally, or our scores too personally, because we're not... we're just mega fans like you. We're not we're
Unless
not like
cheerleading counts as a dance background.
And I have
I was a
musical
cheerleader in high
theater
school.
background, so like by no means don't value my opinion too much. And feel free to share yours as well. We also have the live chat up.
Yes.
So
We want to hear from you guys for sure.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
I just to our production team listening, I don't know if I mentioned, but can we get the live chat up?
Yeah, bring on the live chat for sure,
All right,
you guys.
so back to Normani. She did a quick step. So just so you guys know, a quick step is supposed to be a nimbly prance, which I thought she did just that. I thought it was really pretty. I have to say, I was very hard on her. First of all, she's the first one up.
It's tough in any competition to be first.
That's what you were saying. Like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, like whatever you're competing for, I feel like you never want to be first because you have to just start the scores lower, right? Because you can't go up from there.
You don't want to start the night out with like a...
Yeah, you can't give someone a 10 right off the bat, because then where do you go from there? So it's a little bit of a disadvantage, I feel like, to be first. But speaking of her age, I actually thought she was so poised and elegant. And for someone that's 20, I mean, you can tell that she's a seasoned performer, and she really knows, you know, where to look and how to move. And I just thought that that was impressive. And, you know, the judges kind of commented on being nervous or looking like a little, and I didn't get that at all.
No, and I have to, because going into it, yeah, it was really hard, because I was like, well, she's in Fifth Harmony. She danced, like, she performs for a living. Yeah. Also, I didn't realize, but her family, when she was young, vacated Louisiana for, I think it was Hurricane Katrina, and they ended up moving to Houston, my hometown. Whoop whoop. But she's actually been training, like, singing and dancing since she was 4. So knowing that, I was like, okay, well, it better be perfect. But I mean, with that being said, she is only 20, so how perfect can you be? And she doesn't have ballroom training at all. Right. So so I would say the judges gave her a so going across, it was a 7, 6, 7, and a 7. So a total of 27. What would you have given? What was your score?
I mean, I would have maybe bumped her up a little bit, maybe like a 30.
Oh, okay. So,
because I think I don't know. I mean, she's 20, and I think she has amazing partner. I think Val is an amazing choreographer, a great partner. I think they'll be so fun to watch all season. But I thought that she was just really elegant, and the whole like performance was really entertaining, and it was smooth. And
now you're making me feel bad, because I agree with all these things. But if I was a judge, I would have given her. I would have given her, like, okay. So I always root for, like, I love the honest opinions of, like, Lynn always gives really just, because he's a professional, so he knows what he's talking about. And he gave her a 6, and I think I would have given her a 6 too.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were putting the total.
Oh, you could put total but overall you thought it should have been higher. Like, yeah. Well, and
so maybe I would have given her a 7. We'll just say.
Okay. So
7's my lucky number, so I'll just go with it.
Okay. So next up we had Nancy Kerrigan, who was an Olympic figure skater.
Yes.
And I'm a little bit younger, so like when I was researching
stop it over there.
No, but I didn't honestly know
her history.
Okay. So I didn't realize. I read that she had the big so she obviously was a phenomenal skater, competed, yada yada. But
you didn't know she got attacked.
She got
a bar.
Yeah, you didn't see the thing where she's like, why? That was like world fan. I was actually pretty.
Yeah, so I was like when I read it, I was heartbroken before.
No, yeah, that was disgusting. It was horrible.
Yeah, and so when she came out, they did. Her partner is Artem. And they did a Mayonese Waltz, which is supposed to be a little bit faster than the standard waltz, a little flowier. And I just thought it was beautiful. Now maybe I just had a soft spot for her, like knowing
when you read that for the first time.
Yeah. So I was like, "You go, girl! You were dancing." But I thought she was really elegant. You could still tell that she's got that figure skater like performance element in her face, because I was having all the feels. And at the end when they had the roses come down, major girl moment. I was like, I want to dance and have roses fall.
I know, right? That would be lovely. But honestly, though, she was one of the women that I was so excited to watch in this show. And for whatever reason, I mean, obviously she's so graceful and lovely. And, she, like, exudes all the characteristics that a figure skater would naturally have, performing on the ice, being so graceful. And I don't know, I'm just so excited to see something different from her, because, I mean, we all know that that's how she is and that's what she's known for. And I just thought that it was kind of boring. I was so excited to see her, and and maybe I kind of built it up in my head. She was like one of my favorites that I was super excited to watch, but I just thought that there was something about the performance that it lacked a little something. But I will say, though, she does kind of have this reputation of being a little bit of a diva ice queen, as I've read. And
yeah, well, I read about that too. Because I didn't...
Yeah, and I thought, sorry, we keep like jumping in. But I honestly thought, though, that she seemed really genuine after her performance, like so genuinely happy and just excited to be there. And I don't know, all the little tidbits I was reading this week about her being kind of a diva behind the scenes. And
I didn't.
Yeah.
See, this is why we have Tara, because Tara knows all these, like, these hidden gossip stories.
I know. But yeah, they said that she was sort of retaining her diva ice queen title.
Oh, get it together, Nancy.
I know, but I didn't get that vibe from her at all. I mean, her, like, smile just seemed really genuine. She looked like she was having fun, and it just seemed to sort of all click.
Yeah. Well, maybe I think it's good to see the differing opinions, because I didn't know about the incident, and obviously you didn't. So it's interesting to see where we came from. Okay, so my score, and I just realized
it's interesting.
You guys can all see this cat in the hat in the back, but I would have given her a 7 because I really liked her. What did you think? Oh,
actually, though, no. I would have probably given her a 7 because, I mean, technically speaking, I thought it was really great, and she had amazing lines and was really graceful, and she's obviously a natural performer. I'm just so excited to see her do something crazy.
Yeah, well, that I think, like, there's like a handful of them tonight where I'm like, we know you have some training regardless of popular argument, but like. Oh, and you run on the cat in the hat side. Woo!
Oh, sorry.
maybe we'll just keep it on the cat in the hat
we
side.
Should just, like,
we're just gonna keep it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So next up, we had Chris Catan.
He's so funny.
With his partner Whitney Carson. So he's famous from SNL and Night at the Roxbury.
Oh yeah.
And they danced a cha-cha. I thought it was a little awkward, and it was more like a comedy sketch, or like those, like whenever at weddings, now it's a big trend where you see the dads and like the daughters doing that funny dance of like the flash mob. I kind of thought it was
that's a trend.
A bit like that.
Crazy. That's terrible.
And okay, I don't know if you picked up on this, but he was the first one of the night, and I wrote it down, and then I noticed it again in like Mr. T's number. Yeah. I feel like the weaker dancers, correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt like the weaker dancers, they brought out the backup dancers to kind of like
they
kind of
also just had like more fluff on stage to kind of make up for
and so,
but I thought the one thing that I thought was kind of hard about judging his performance is like he was also playing his really famous character, which is like the funny guy at Night of the Roxbury, which he's supposed to be a really bad, goofy, awkward dancer. And he nailed it. Like, that was what he portrayed, and it was hilarious. And I was cracking up just like the second they started playing the song, and I was like, oh, is that how he broke his neck from doing that neck move so well for so long? I mean, I don't know. I thought that the judges were a little hard on him.
Yeah, I agree, because I feel bad now after seeing, quickly, I'm briefing over our live chat, and I see that Ray, I think it was Ray, had already scrolled up, but said that he was going to bed. So, good night. Thanks for joining us. Just want to let you know that we are reading it from time to time.
Yes, we are.
And keep them coming, and we'll check out the comments on YouTube too. But no, I kind of felt bad because they were really hard on him, and then towards the end of the night when like Mr. T danced, he was equally on that same kind of playing field where they're both a little older, neither of them have any dance training. And they were so hard on Chris, but then Mr. T, they were like, you go, Mr. T, you are an inspiration, give it all you have.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, well, poor Chris, now he's got these, like, so he got a 5, a 4, and a 4, so a total of 17. He was the lowest scored of the night. Spoiler alert, if you haven't already found this out.
Right.
So yeah, I feel a little bad for him.
But also, I kind of agreed with what he was saying. Like he almost seemed kind of confused by what the judges said a little bit.
And like he literally looked really, like he looked like he was really upset by it at the end. He had his arms
really
crossed.
Disappointed, which is so funny because whatever character you see him in, that's not really his shtick. He kind of is like confident and funny, and I don't know. But he was saying that he was a little confused because some of the feedback was kind of contradictory, which it kind of was. Because on the one hand, it was like, oh, you were so goofy and bad, but like, you know, loosen up. And what did I say that but like Julianne was saying, you know, don't lose you. But I feel like he was playing his character. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that let us know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, what did you guys think about that feedback?
I feel like he was kind of in an awkward situation. Yeah. I mean, like Lynn said, it is about the dancing at the end of the day. So with that being said, I'm still gonna give him a 4. 4.
Okay, I hate giving really low scores, but yeah, I would probably give him
definitely a 5. Like
5.
Maybe for effort. Like, yeah.
Because it was, I mean, I was cracking up. If it was based on humor, he had me at.
Okay, next up, ladies.
Yeah, it was woo!
Get your fans out, because hotness is coming through.
Steamy.
Bonner Bolton.
We're like, do we call him Boner or I'm like, can that just be his nickname? Because I'm pretty sure he's
slip and say it. Like, that's not.
Yeah, before the show, she was like, what if I accidentally call him Boner? And I'm like, maybe we should just name him that.
What if my mom's watching? Sorry, Mom.
I know it's getting a little crude, but no, seriously though, it's like he's steamy, and their chemistry.
You're not gonna be able to probably see my notes, but like I just wrote like this row of hearts, and then in capital letters, those hips though.
Yeah, they were pretty flexible. Does he do yoga or something?
He's doing something right. Yeah. But okay, so before Dancing with the Stars, obviously, he was or is an award-winning professional bull rider. Yeah. And about a year ago, he said that he had a near-fatal accident where he's thrown off and he broke his neck.
Yeah.
And then, little-known fact, he's also now signed by IMG Models, which, if you don't know, the modeling world is like the number one agency that you could be signed with.
Which, makes sense because he's not hard on
He's not doing too bad. If all else fails, like, I think his self-esteem will be just fine. I did write, like, I think that he to work on his facial expressions. Clearly there was, like you're saying, there was that chemistry and things were a little steamy, but then there were other times where you could tell he was like really thinking about it, and I would just like to see a little range of facial emotion. But they danced the cha-cha, and
with a lot of hip thrusting. I mean, is that like from a technical standpoint? That's not really part of the dance.
I think maybe one would, like at the beginning when you had the cowboy hat and the silhouette, like maybe that would have been enticing and a nice little bit, but it could have been a little overplayed. But
yeah, I thought honestly, like from a performance standpoint, I mean, he's so steamy, and she's just has like a rocking body. Yes. And they had like this
Shout out to Sharna.
Yeah, whoa. Like, come on and tell us all of your secrets. But she literally, she's an amazing teacher too. So I thought that their chemistry was really fun to watch. They had like this electrifying performance, but I mean, he kind of fumbled a lot, and especially in the beginning, and that cowboy hat, he couldn't quite figure out how to hold on to it a little bit. That was kind of distracting. Yeah. But I honestly just think that he had every judge drooling and eating out of the palm of his hand because he's so cute. So I don't think they were really fairly judging him.
No, that's like, take away the face. Like if it was just about the dance moves, how would it have been? I think he's got potential, and he clearly has some form of coordination to be able to ride a bull. But okay, so speaking of chemistry, I don't know if you have seen the clip, but there was a clip that somebody showed me on as I was watching it right before this on Twitter. So I picked up on this chemistry the whole time between the two of them, and like especially him, he was so into her, and like she was trying to be professional, and they were like, when they were giving the scores at the end, like he was just staring at her, and she was trying not to acknowledge it. But somebody, and if we can get the clip up, somebody found it, like zoomed in during the recording, and shows like when they're giving the scores or whatever after they've performed, he goes to like put his hand, like, like
in her crotch.
In her crotch. Like,
it's like, ooh, that wasn't.
It was not. And then she like quickly tries to swat it away. And
right.
I was like, boy, you are on national TV. This is a family show.
How old is he?
He is 29.
Oh, okay. I thought he was younger for some reason.
But
because I was thinking maybe that's what, like, their whole dynamic is she's like the older, mature woman and he's like the baby, but maybe that's...
Yeah, well, I saw in that live chat where they said, they mentioned that there always seems to be a couple of the season,
absolutely.
so maybe this is that couple. Okay, so he he got a 6, 5, 5, and a 6, a total of 22. I mean, maybe I'm being too nice on this one, but
I would honestly give him a 5. I don't know. I didn't, from a performance standpoint.
Tara's married, so
I'm married. Well, that's so boring.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend, so I don't have an excuse either. But like, but you know, like,
no, I mean, so charming.
So maybe 5. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Next up. Okay. Here's that clip really quick, just to show you.
Let's watch this. This is great.
Okay. So.
It's not queued yet. Give it a second.
We'll give it a second.
We're gonna cue up this.
We're gonna cue it up, but watch his hand because it is going places it shouldn't be going. Here we go. Ready?
He looks a little too
Look, and she moves it.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Whoa, that's like a full-on crotch grab.
Yeah. Ooh. And a subtle move, like How
embarrassed do you think he's gonna be when he sees this like all over the internet?
No, I know. Well, right? Exactly. And somebody else in the live chat said about how great she looks in those shorts. She does look great in those shorts.
Yeah, her body, like we were saying, it's unreal.
But I mean, save that for. Well, just don't do it. We don't need to see it.
Yeah, that was not necessary.
All right, so now back to the PG segment of our show. Next up, we had Charo, which or as she calls herself, the Gucci girl. I love her so much. She is such a, like, I don't even have words for her. She's 66 years old. She's like a pop icon, or like a pop culture icon. She plays guitar, she sings, she acts. Charo does a little bit of everything.
And then she also has had a show in Vegas too, where she's been performing.
I want them to bring that back.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, no, I just want to, like Julianne was saying, like she just wants to hang out with her. Like how fun to just hang out with her. Her energy is so contagious. Like she just wouldn't stop. She was like the Energizer Bunny.
I know. No, exactly. And her partner, Keo, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Keo.
He's got his work cut out because she is just like a ball full of energy all the time. And he even commented like, she's like this all the time in her rehearsals. But I loved her energy. And for her age, I thought, like,
seriously,
she had a lot of steps. She was moving, like, you know, I know, like I'm saying, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. And I see in the live chat where someone said you gave Bonner a 6, then I should have given Normani a 6, but I gave, like, I get the comparisons, so my scores aren't really that relevant. Don't take them to heart too much. And so I can see where, like, I would give her a 6, but for her own personal achievement.
Really, I feel like she was. I mean, she had amazing technique. You can tell that she's really quick on her feet, and also, I mean, she's like the cha-cha queen in and of itself. Yes. So she was amazing. I would actually give her like a 8. I mean, from like a performance standpoint, I thought she was amazing, but I couldn't really understand her.
Tara was like, "Can we get some subtitles on?"
Like, I feel like I need some subtitles.
Well, now I'm gonna give her an 8 for effort. I'll come back next week and I'll work on my scoring abilities.
We're new judges.
I got really excited about, like, okay, and I think we should be able to score as well. But like I said, don't take them to heart too much because they're just in the moment scores.
And also, this is the first show for them, so I mean, I feel like you kind of have to give everybody a little bit of a pass. Yeah,
a little bit of a pass because I think as it progresses, we'll be able to score off of growth, you know, like how far, if they're plateauing, if they're growing.
Yes.
Okay, so good Charo. We gave Charo 8s for effort. She had a 21 score total, so she wasn't the highest, wasn't the lowest. Next up is your pleasant surprise. I think you mentioned the Bachelor, former Bachelor, Nick Vale, with his partner PETA, who just came back after having her baby with Max, fellow dance professional Max. I think they're such a cute couple.
Such a cute couple.
And I hope that baby like came out dancing because
I'm sure there's no way it didn't.
Does the baby have a choice to not be a professional dancer?
That's kind of a lot of pressure.
I know. So.
But no, I mean, I'm sure that baby is like made for the show. They're like already recruiting. But no, yeah, Nick was for sure my surprise, like pleasantly surprised performance. Yeah. Because okay, I know there's so many Bachelor fans out there, and I love The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, the whole thing. But he like kind of annoyed me, like on I couldn't get into The Bachelor this year because I just thought he just kind of, I don't know, I wasn't into it. So I sort of had really, really, really low expectations for him. And I was, even just in his sort of like opener with PETA, he was like really funny and seemed like he didn't take himself as seriously as I sort of thought he would. And you could also tell that he was really trying. Like he really wanted to learn the dance. And I thought like just his overall performance was really impressive. Like I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, well, and for me, because I don't follow The Bachelor. I used to watch it. My mom still watches it, but growing up, I used to watch it with her. Yeah. So before tonight, I called my mom and I was like, okay, what do you know about Nick? And so my mom gave me the whole backstory. Shout out to my mom. That's awesome. But so I was kind of thinking the same thing, like, oh, they always partner with ABC and they have a Bachelor on, or you know. Yeah.
It's like the natural progression.
Yeah, and so I wasn't, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and it kind of makes me want to go back and watch, just because, like, watch The Bachelor, because I feel like I would really like him now. So, and he gets extra. I would go
too far, but maybe he's like turned. Maybe he's turned over a new leaf now that he's found love.
Yeah, there we go. Well, he danced. I know I've said it before on AfterBuzz, but I really love Justin Bieber, and they danced to Justin Bieber, Let Me Love You, so I was already dancing regardless. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that he had some hard steps, considering he did. I thought his face needed, he was thinking about it, I could tell. Yeah. Which anybody would, because it's they're not dancers, like they're trying to balance it all. Well, and Peta's
also a really good, I mean, she's won. Not last season, the time before or something?
Well, because she was off. So I think because she was off last season, like now she's back with a vengeance. She's like, I'm going to win this. She said she has to get her abs back, which, PETA, I think you already had.
I'm pretty sure you already had.
You probably had them the whole time through pregnancy.
But no, I thought that also just that performance sort of like picked up the energy in the show. Because it was like an upbeat song, and he came out really strong, and she's just like a phenomenal performer in general, so she's so fun to watch. So I thought it kind of just like kicked the energy up a notch, because some of the performances before that were, not as fast paced.
Yeah. I feel like from here it went, like you're saying, it really got vamped up.
Vamped up for sure.
They did say that he had vulture hands and is a little disjointed, and that's where I was kind of like, oh, you're being a little too hard on him, because these past people you weren't equally as hard on. So maybe they were like, okay, we're halfway through now. We need to up it. I don't know, but he got 6s across the board with a score of 24. So I'm gonna say.
I think I would probably give him a 7, just because I was
6.5.
of pleasantly surprised.
Half scores brought to you by Brooke. Because I feel bad.
Hey, this is our scoring. We can do
whatever we want. Okay, next up we had Heather Morris with her partner Max. So I just noticed they had Max right after.
I know. I wonder if that was deliberate.
I just thought about that. Yeah. Okay, so I have to say, back to the so Heather is known for being on Glee, but she was also on So You Think You Can Dance, and she was a backup dancer for Beyonce on 2 tours. So before I watched tonight, I was already like, Heather, you're a dancer. Why are you on the show? But I take that back because I really like her, and I think she seemed to be like really personable and sweet. She wants to get back into dance because she's a mom of 2. She looked gorgeous in that yellow dress. It was like very graceful, channeling Beauty and the Beast. It was a Viennese waltz. And so...
Yeah, no, actually, that's funny. I had her down as my pick for best dressed.
Yay! And we're going to bring a best dress segment.
Yeah, we should have a best dress award. But no, that's hard because she's been getting so much hype about, being sort of the one to beat. So there's a lot of pressure going into her performance.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good. I mean, I think for the first show, it's better to have like a more like just like energetic performance that really like brings people in, something a little bit more upbeat. And I don't know. I mean, I thought it was amazing. I mean, her performance, to be honest, was like on a whole nother level because you could tell that she has dance experience, and she just was so technically sound and so graceful, and the whole thing was just like almost too perfect. But I thought she did a good job. But I just tend to like, especially for the like first episode, something a little bit more.
Yeah, to show more.
Engaging.
I think Carrie Ann said that, like, to show a little bit more of who you are as an intro, of like who she is more as a person, because we know she can dance, to show more. I agree with that. So
well, and they also say too that that like sort of ongoing question with Dancing with the Stars about like whether it is an unfair advantage to have dance background. And, I think that, like, really what the show is about, it's not so much, like, a legitimate dance show as much as it is, like, a reality show. And I think the reason why people really love Dancing with the Stars is because you get to see this, like, different side of celebrities that you don't normally see, because they're faced with challenges.
And they are just humans and like us.
Yes.
In different ways. But that, like you're saying, it lets you into their lives, and I think overall it should be more about the personal journey for the set performer, not like what they've done in the past. So I'm gonna give her a 7.
Okay, I'm gonna give her an 8 because I thought it was amazing. I just want to see her do something a little outside the box.
Yeah. I'm loving these Cat in a Hat Dr. Seuss. I don't know why I tried to hide them.
So funny.
Okay, next up is one of my favorites of the evening was David Ross. He partnered with Lindsay. He's 40 years old. He is the first Major League Baseball player on the show. So he played for he just retired, but he was playing for the Chicago Cubs. I'm not an avid baseball watcher, sorry. And before,
he just won the World Series.
Yeah.
That was his exit, which, I mean, talk about a grand
I'll
finale.
leave
That's
now.
amazing.
And then before he played for the Boston Red Sox. So he's clearly done a fair share in sports. But they did the quick step. And so, like, from a technical standpoint, the quick step is supposed to be danced as if you're dancing on clouds, like really delicate. And I thought he did just that. Before the dance portion, I loved his personality.
Totally.
He had later his old team chimed in from spring training.
So cute.
And they had shirts on that said like Lady and the Gramps, which is hilarious because he kept calling himself a grandpa, and I was like, you're not that old compared to like.
Yeah, because I worked for Fox Sports and have
that's true.
Been in the sports world too. I mean, I think it was just so endearing hearing a man of his sort of like stature and like success in sports like just be so down to earth and humble, and how he was calling himself grandpa, and he was just like kind of discrediting his dance experience or lack thereof, and I don't know, like he's just so endearing. Like his personality is just not what you would expect, or not what you've actually even seen from any like professional athletes on the show. Like it was just like sort of like this breath of fresh air, and he's like hard to not want to root for him.
So with that being said, I'm gonna give him So he got 7s across the board, so he had a total of 28 from the judges, but I'm going to give him an 8. Because I'm Team David.
I know. I feel like I have to give him... I also thought he was really quick on his feet.
That's what I thought. He was really quick and light on his feet, very smooth.
He's a tall guy.
His smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially for sports, everything is very, like, down and dirty. And so I thought this was refreshing. Okay. Yes. Next up, we had Erika Jayne with the super hot Gleb. Am I saying this right? Gleb Savchenko. I know I probably didn't say that right, but he's a Russian dancer.
He's so adorable.
They were just a fiery couple to watch. She's 45 years old. She's known as a reality TV star from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. An interesting tidbit. She has the same coach. So Gleb coached Lisa Vanderpump when she was on, what was that, season 16? Right. So I was like, oh, is it a coincidence that they both had the same coach?
Yeah, no, that was interesting. Yeah.
I work for Lisa, so I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, you get that.
So I'll try to get some scoop, you guys. Yeah. But yeah, so she does like her own. She's a Grammy Award winning Billboard chart topper.
No, yeah, she's had 9 #1 singles, which is really impressive.
Yeah, especially at 45 when you're going against like 20-something-year-olds that are,
Well, and her name is Erika Jayne, but she has like this alter ego. Which is her basically performing name, which is Erika Jayne, which she's, debuting on Dancing with the Stars. We're not debuting. We've all seen it on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But you know what? It's so funny. She's so over the top in her alter ego, but she like owns it so like flawlessly that you kind of like just have to just love it and think it's amazing.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, like we probably should not like her for her attitude and like her confidence.
Because like it's kind of a like the whole like money thing and like the flashiness of it. It's like a little obnoxious, but
she owns it.
Like owns it and is so just like amazing. And the fact that she's 45 and she can do the splits like that, I'm like, whoa, you're my hero.
I was loving the splits. The outfit was amazing. Yes, they danced to salsa. Glenn said that, oh no, I didn't realize, I'm playing with this and I didn't realize it was open. Glenn said that it was too raunchy, but I thought, and she was like, well, I am raunchy. I don't know. I think if you got it, flaunt it. She's got it. I think she's got room to grow, but I think her attitude is in the right place and she's got a good work ethic. So she got 6s across the board with a score of 24, and I think I would have given her a 7. Maybe
6.5.
6.5. Okay, yeah. I know this is bad.
But no, I actually really like her. I mean, I love her whole attitude. She said that she wakes up every day wanting to win. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Like,
you need to just like bottle her up into a perfume and give it to like every woman to wake up that way.
Okay, so next up we had Rashad Jennings. He is an NFL football player, Jacksonville Jaguars. He's played for the Raiders and the New York Giants previously as well.
No, he currently plays for the New York Giants.
Running back. And then he started with the Jaguars. Yes. Okay, misread my notes. Never mind.
It's all good.
I should know that. I like to say that I like the Giants. Maybe.
But also, you know what was interesting that he was saying at the beginning of his little introduction was that he's going into the season as a free agent, which means that his contract is up, and he's sort of just like depending that he's going to get a new contract based on the success of this current upcoming season. So it's almost a little risky that he would do Dancing with the Stars, because what if he gets hurt?
Well, yeah, and I love how he was like, well, in my off seasons, I like to try a new hobby.
Yeah, that was cool though.
That's awesome, but like,
I mean, try
you work
like
so
a less
hard, maybe.
Like dangerous. I don't know. That's a big gamble. But I mean, he's in such good shape, and he was also like an amazing dancer.
Yeah, so
that was on a whole nother level.
He mentioned that he was a chubby asthmatic kid.
I'm like, I can't even picture that.
Can't picture that, but props for him for like coming out of his coming into his new self. They did the cha-cha to Bruno Mars 24 Karat. And I love that moment that he had in the beginning with the gold down.
Right?
And his outfit.
I know.
Another outfit of the night. That was awesome. And
I would have been so jealous of that if I was the other performers on the show. I'd have been like, why didn't I get that grand entrance? The dripping gold.
And I love his smile and his charisma. I think he has a lot of potential. Julianne Hough said that it was the best dance of the night.
That's true, yeah.
And I think it was great, but once again, going back with Lynn here, Team Lynn, he said that as the judges, that they're there to judge the dance, and as the audience and the people at home watching, we're here to judge the charisma and the attitude and the personal stories. But I thought he was great. I don't think that it was the best of the night. But I did think so he got an 8, 7, 8, 8 with a score of 31. I think I would have given him a 7.
We're going on and on about him. We got to move on to Mr. T. Yeah. Give him some love.
So Mr. T, I pity the fool, with his partner Kim. And first of all, I have to say, Kim is 40 years old, and that body though, like,
right?
What do you do? Like, teach me your ways.
I think she just dances all day, every day.
There you go. So maybe we'll just start dancing. He said, I can't dance, but I'm gonna learn, and I loved that. They did a cha-cha to the theme song of A-Team, and it was a little slow, and once again the backup dancers came out. I mean, he's also the second oldest contestant. He's 64. So I mean, I don't know. I think that you have a different set of expectations for someone like that, especially because he has so much celebrity. But I mean, I think what was so impressive is just his reason for going on the show, which is that, he's a cancer survivor. So that's why he wants to really inspire kids that have cancer. And he's a big advocate for the St. Jude's Hospital. So he said that if he wins, he's going to shave off his famous mohawk for the kids at the hospital, which is so cool. And he wants to just inspire kids to really, fight and overcome adversity. So that's amazing. Yeah, overall, I think, absolutely. Great heart, great purpose for being there. He got 5s across the board with a score of 20. So I think I'd agree with that. I'd give him a 5 as well.
Yeah. Okay, last but not least,
the much anticipated Simone Biles with her partner Sasha. They did a tango. I thought it was really cute that, like, she was nervous around him, and he was like, have you never looked in a boy's eyes before?
I know, right?
Well, probably not. When does she have time? She's always, like, flip-flopping and cartwheeling.
Yeah, and she just turned 20 as of, like, 2 weeks ago or something.
And she's already the most decorated
Olympian. Gymnast.
So,
amazing.
Once again, not doing
too
bad.
But I also feel like it's a little tricky for her because she's coming in with a lot of pressure. I mean, Lori Hernandez, her teammate, is the reigning champ of Dancing with the Stars. So it's, I don't know, I mean...
Not rivalry, but...
Yeah, I just feel like, she has kind of a lot to live up to and to sort of keep the success of all the gymnasts going that have been on the show. Yeah. But I thought she did a great job.
And my thing was like, she is a gymnast, so she's got, she has some, obviously, level of coordination that I certainly don't have, nor will I ever. But,
hey, you never know.
But, so the tango is described as rigid, like a marching type dance with lots of passion. So I think that was great for her to come in with that because as a gymnast, it is like she's got the strong, very, very, like, rigid posture. So I think for me, I'd like to see maybe next time her do something a little bit softer, a little bit flowier. But she was clearly the dance of the night. She had 8s across the board with a score of 32, and I loved her. I also was just a huge fan of hers during the Olympics. Like,
yeah, that's not so like about her. Her story's so inspirational.
So for next week, quickly before we wrap, so for tonight, I guess to encompass tonight, going into next week, who is your favorite? Who do you think will probably go home first?
I don't know. I just have to say that, I really I thought that Nick Vale was like, I don't know, like he really surprised. Like I'm still just like shocked.
I did really like him. No, I agree.
I was really impressed with just how hard he wanted to work, because I almost just would think that coming off The Bachelor, you'd be, maybe like a little arrogant and just like, well, whatever, I just had my own show. kind of thing.
Yeah, no, but he was a pleasant surprise.
But he was, yeah, I thought, and I also thought he was a pretty decent performer. I mean, I think, you know, Erika Jayne's so fun to watch. And obviously Heather Morris is really talented. I'm just excited to see a different side from her a little bit, because we know she can dance and she's hilarious. She was hilarious on Glee. So yeah, and then I want to see a different side of Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah. Okay, so my favorite was David Ross, the Major League Baseball player. Yeah. I just really think that he was already so great coming out with no training, and to see where he can blossom into. He has absolutely no dance background, whereas, you know, I'm a little tougher on the ones that have some. So he's one to watch for me. Sadly, I kind of feel like maybe Chris will go home next week. I that's sad to say. I hope Charo doesn't go home, just because I think she's so fun to watch. Like,
she's just like a ball of energy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hard because I have a heart for all of them now.
I know.
So, you know, I'm glad that none of them are going anywhere tonight. But yeah, absolutely. I think that covers it for tonight. But we want to continue to engage with you guys. So please follow us on all social media. You can find me at Brooke Lacey H. I've been your host for this evening, and my fellow co-host.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Tara Turnure, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Tara Turnure.
Awesome. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.